Hi there, my name is Andre Bankson. I hope you all are having a good day. I'm going to be representing Group A today. Group A includes Amadi, Alyssa, Nasro, and myself. And I'm going to be discussing the nationwide nursing and primary care physician shortage in the United States today. I'm going to first go over a little bit of background, then go into a few solutions and limitations. And finally, we're going to look at a few individuals that are leading the way in solving the problem. So the nursing and PCP shortage can be attributed to a number of different factors. The primary being that the US population is getting older, and those that care for the elderly tend to be physicians and nurses. Additionally, physicians and nurses themselves are getting much older and closer to retirement age. Approximately one third of all nurses are over 50 years old. And one of the other main problems is that the younger generation of nurses and physicians are experiencing much, much higher levels of burnout than prior generations. And so, with all these problems coming together, there has been a nationwide shortage of nurses and physicians. So, when we look at the two main organizations that are supposed to be addressing this issue, they are the American Association of Colleges of Nursing, the AACN, and the Association of American Medical Colleges, the AAMC. These two organizations are fantastic, however, they are only part of the solution. Their main goals are actually to set an academic standard for nurses and for doctors and physicians. This means that they're not really focusing on the quality of lives of their healthcare workers, of these nurses, physicians, and doctors. Not to say that they should solely focus on the academic standards. It's much needed and is an important work and an important part of having a strong healthcare field. However, they also need to be focusing on their healthcare workers, and that's what we would like to see change primarily. Is that healthcare workers have more benefits, they get better, more time off, uh, that they're treated better, so that the high rates of burnout aren't as relevant, and that more individuals are attracted to these positions than in prior years. So when we look at these organizations specifically, the AACN was established in 1969 and was founded to assist nurses working in the ICUs. In 71, it had to pivot because the American Association of Critical Care Nurses replaced this goal, and the AACN then became a sort of umbrella organization that focused on creating that academic standard for nurses and promoting nursing education, research, and helping assist schools in implementing those academic standards. The AAMC, on the other hand, is a nonprofit that was established in 1876, so it's been around a lot longer, and it represents many medical medical educational institutions such as teaching hospitals, medical schools, academic and scientific societies, etc. And the AAMC centers around four main medical mission areas, which is patient care, medical education, medical research, and diversity and equity in healthcare. Their goal is to improve the health of all people everywhere, which is a pretty big goal. Ambitious. And as we look at the missions for each of these organizations, we sort of already looked at the AAMC, but the AACN serves as a catalyst to present excellence and innovation in nursing education, research, and practice. This, this agency also recognizes the role of nurses in the healthcare field and how they're transforming the healthcare field and improving the lives of their patients. And looking at the AAMC, again, its primary focus is on the academic standards and the medical community as a whole, and to try to improve the lives of patients around the world. And as we look at these two organizations to help solve the problems with not having enough nurses and physicians, it's important to understand that physicians, nurses, and doctors are the liaisons, are the middleman between these organizations and the patients. So not having that middle person, not having that bridge between the patient and these organizations uh, creates a major hole in their systems. And so it's vitally important that we have more nurses and we have more physicians and doctors that can care for these patients, so that these associations and these organizations can actually fulfill their roles that they are supposed to be carrying out. And let me move my little screen a little bit to left so you can see her better. So this is Deborah Troutman. She is the CEO and president of the AACN. She's extremely talented and incredibly smart. She's got a PhD and RN, FAAN, everything under the sun, really. She's incredibly smart. And she plays a high role in trying to help physicians stay on board, excuse me, not physicians, nurses stay on board in their jobs. She's been appointed to a lot of different high profile boards, which is incredible. However, this is a bit of a drawback in trying to address such a major issue, because her attention is divided among multiple different areas in the medical field. And so, we love her. We like that she's on top of it. She's smart, but what we want from her is to be able to trust the people around her. That's our goal. Is someone who is so high up in the medical field, or in any organization for that matter. It is extremely important to trust the people around you, to keep an open mind, and to keep your ego low, admit mistakes, and try to be bold, be ambitious, and shake things up, make things better. And I think it's she's a great individual to be taking on that role. And we're going to look at another organizational leader, David Skorton. He's the CEO and president of the AAMC. So Skorton, again, just like our last leader, he has an incredible history. He's incredibly smart, and I don't think I need to go over that. You can read through it there. You know, and although he's had very high positions, one of his main drawbacks is that he has been known not to take big risks. And this is this is a key point, because if we're going to address something that systemically is addressing the United States and everywhere across the nation, it's important that we be bold in our initiatives, that we're not as afraid to take chances, because this is so important, uh, and lives are at stake. I don't want to make it super big, but it's really important that we create bold ideas and that we stick to them, and we're not afraid to fail, because that's an important part of creating a better world and to become smarter and more educated. And failure is important. So I think he's someone who has a great background and is very up to the task of trying to get more physicians and doctors on board, and staying in their positions, and getting more people on board and making a more attractive uh, job. So that's all I have for you today. I'm very thankful for you watching today. These are a few of our references. If you have any questions, I don't know, send me a message through Canvas. But that's all I have for you. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.